No, but he's got to go find Jack White's tombstone and send us a picture if he's going to Buffalo.
Please do, Brad. You know my email, leighton@justcollect.com.
Just kidding, but it would be interesting, huh?
It would be, absolutely.
You know what's funny about that book, writing that book, I contacted a lot of relatives and of the players themselves to get some of the stories from them. I still have a half a dozen people who are relatives of these 226 players, descendants who are still Facebook friends and we're still in contact.
That's really cool, Lou.
It's really interesting.
Yeah, most certainly. Gets to be fair, right? I think that what was fascinating about the project and then the interaction between you and the families is in many cases, Lou, unless it was a well-known player, they probably haven't been asked about that respective player, that family member, in a very long time.
Right, exactly, yeah.
So it's kind of neat that they, brings up all those memories. So we're going to randomize the list right now. Ooh, 2 times. Snake Eyes, 30-1 at the craps table, of course. We're going to randomize the list 2 times for the 1980 Topps Baseball Wax Pack. Oh, totally, Nick. That is our buddy Tim. He's a friend of Just Collect. He does. I think it's Tim. He does great work. With the cut cards. He has a Koufax rookie in the Hall of Fame that he made out of cut cards in the style of his rookie card.
Do Hall of Fames seek out cards? Like I was wondering with that, would the Hockey Hall of Fame be interested in a good rookie card?
I got to tell you, I was thinking about when the dust settled this week. I was thinking about writing them an email, asking them. I don't think Thad would be willing to donate it per se. But it would be kind of interesting if we could share the video, with let's say the Hall folks, and maybe we can get Thad to loan it to them for a period of time. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, if I had something the Baseball Hall of Fame wanted, I'd loan it to him. Sure.
Think about it. It's 40-year anniversary of the pack, being issued by O-Pee-Chee, thus the Topps company. It's basically the greatest hockey player of all time, and if not the greatest, top 3 greatest. And I can't find of any instance of anyone pulling a Gretzky rookie out of a pack on video. At least in recent time.
Right. Plus the listing of the card, if you want to sell it, says displayed in the Hockey Hall of Fame for a couple months or whatever.
That's really cool, though.
Yeah.
Listen, that's why we keep you behind the glass. We keep you around. Thanks again. No, that's a great idea. I really think so. Good luck to everyone in this break. Joe A., you're going to get the first card in the pack. Rob, you get the card right there on the bottom. So, Brad, good point. The Pro Football Hall of Fame not only had a football card, a vintage football card exhibit, but the Baseball Hall of Fame just announced, and it just went live, they now have a vintage Baseball Card Hall of Fame exhibit in the Hall of Fame currently. And if you want to read the full story about that, check out sportscollectorsdaily.com. Our good buddy Rich Miller, he did a full story on it. I shared it on the Just Collect Facebook page. I encourage you to check it out. We're thinking about doing another trip to the Hall of Fame later this year, trying to make it an annual thing with the Sheldon family. I love going to the Hall.
Yeah, I like going to the Hall, too. It's a great town.
Oh, you're right. Exactly, Lou. It's not just going to the Hall. It's like where you eat there. Everyone's laid back. The town's like 1.5 square miles. It's fantastic.
Yep. Shortstop Cafe.
It's funny. I asked Jules for a half hour on my own on the trip, and she's like, what are you going to be doing? I'm like, well, I'm not going to go to the Hall of Fame. I already went, a bunch. I'm like, I'm going to go to the card stores and, be a kid.
Yep.
She's like, what do you mean? You have a lot of cards already. Like, why do you need more cards? I'm like, I'm not going because I need anything. I'm going because I'd like to look around. And if something strikes my fancy, I very well may buy it.
You're in Cooperstown. You want to look around.
Exactly. And so she got it. I walked around a bunch, and I came back with like a couple T-shirts for Crosby. I think a pink Yankee cap for Julie.
Here, that Claudel Washington card?
Yes.
He couldn't take 30 seconds to take his jacket off?
Let me see.
For that shot?
I got to tell you, unless he's freezing, which I doubt, right?
No.
Like you're not doing shoots because there's people in the stands.
Yeah.
So worst case is this is early spring training. Yeah, I got to tell you, and I loved Claudel when he was on the Yankees.
Yeah.
He was he was a great role player for them.
Another Sox killer too.
Yep. Yeah, he was.
Yankees have a ton of them.
Gary Templeton, his rookie was just a few years earlier. I really love these highlight cards. When I was a kid, I felt like it taught me history. Albeit in a sentence or two. But I wasn't sitting around looking at Google because it didn't exist. And I certainly wasn't reading the Funked Wagnalls Encyclopedia, which my dad, we still joke about this, my friends. Now, Lou, I don't know about you.
You
But in
guys
my-
had Funk and Wagnall's
So
encyclopedia?
we did, and I remember this is so embarrassing. It was like a deal with the supermarket. Like you went every week, and I'm one of four, so we spent a lot of money at the supermarket every week. My dad and I love going shopping on Sundays because they would usually get a pack of ball cards from the supermarket. And he's like, son, we just picked up the 15th edition of Funk and Wagnall's Encyclopedia today. I can't even say it with a straight face, Lou. I'm looking at myself, and I'm thinking. I said to my dad, I'm like, Dad, what exactly am I going to do with the encyclopedia? Like, I get if I have a homework project from school, maybe I don't have to go to the library. I'll look at home, but short of that, like, am I going to sit around, just reading the encyclopedia?
No, we had the ones. I forget which was it. Britannica or
Britannica? No, but was it a big deal? Like, in other words, was your family like proud to have the encyclopedia like in the house? So my dad was proud.
They were kind of proud, but the thing I liked about them, the one thing I liked about them is they had yearbooks. A new book would come out every year.
Now, a yearbook for sports, you mean?
No, yearbook just for an encyclopedia, like whatever it was 1972 or whatever it was, and they had a sports section and they had a section, and it was just.
I would have loved that. I was not aware of that. So, in fact, I tried to buy the Yankee yearbooks and my respective teams' yearbooks early on, and of course, I could hear my mother saying, "It's a waste of money." You could just read about it, let someone else read it, and when they're done with it, you'll get it for free. I'm like, but when they're done with it, it's going to be next year, and it'll be a new team. I can't actually read about it anymore. It's going to be old news. It's a whole, Lou, I really struggled,
It's tough. It's tough.
But I tried to consume a lot of sports when I was a kid. Believe it or not, well before I got Sports Illustrated, I had Baseball Digest coming to the house.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I loved Baseball Digest. Really did.
You know what I collected for a while there because I kept finding them in antique stores? It wasn't baseball. What was the little book that had all the rosters of the teams?
Street and Smiths?
No. They were more smaller, like a book size, not a magazine size. I remember the Street and Smiths, too. But I had a bunch of those, and I'm blanking on the name of them now. But they were...
Speaking of Hall of Fames and stuff on display, Logan, who's on our Facebook chat, said, that he's got artifacts, from his collection in the NASCAR Hall of Fame on display.
Nice.
It's really cool.
Lug nuts?
I'm going to be...
Water panels?
Lou, I'm going to be getting to my first NASCAR event. I don't know if it's going to be this year or next, but I told my buddy Sean about it. He collects cards, football, baseball, basketball, that kind of stuff. But he's really into NASCAR, and I've helped him a bunch with cards. So he's going to help me kind of figure out what event to go to with him.
Oh, so it's still up in the air?
Well, I'm definitely going to go. We're just not sure which one.
There's no question. The Daytona 500. Go to the Daytona 500.
But I have to be away for days. I got to work that out with the fam. We'll see.
Huh.
I mean, it sounds fun.
It's just Florida. You go down for 2 days and you come back.
Oh, John A. just said, was it your Who's Who, Lou? Like Who's Who of baseball? Do you remember that?
Might have been, yeah.
Because I remember those. John A., good call.
Yes, it was Who's Who. Yeah, exactly.
No Ricky, Chef. I was hoping. Ricky PSA 10 would be great. We got a PSA reveal back yesterday with some nice cards on there, including a nice pair of Eddie Murray rookies.
Take Crosby and Jen to Daytona Beach and let them sit on the beach. You go to the track. You got it. Daytona 500 is a bucket list event. You got to go to a Daytona.
So is it like several days? Meaning like there's a lot of vendors there. It's just a lot of fun to be had, kind of thing.
Actually, no. You don't even. It doesn't have to be a several day event. You just
really?
go in the morning and watch the race and